So today we're doing the Rule 5 only rebuild. That's right. The only way we can improve this team is through the Rule 5 draft. So no free agency, no trades, and I can't show you scouting of the first year player draft just yet, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to use it. And you might have got a glimpse of the roster already, but we're starting from ground zero. Literally every single player is zero overall. I know MLB The Show says one, but trust me, all zero overall. And because the first season's not important, and we didn't even win a game anyways, but because the season's not important, I've simmed through it. Let's get to the good stuff. The Rule 5 draft. As I'm approaching the Rule 5 draft, one of our players got poached in free agency, and good for him. Good for him. Glad he can get his lifetime deal. Before we get into the draft, let me tell you the roster that I'm using for today's video and the next few videos. It's the one on screen now. It's one of the better ones that I found. I've spent way too much time looking at rosters in the vault. It is missing a couple prospects if you're like really deep diving into some teams. But for the most part, overalls, potentials are pretty good. There are a couple iffy free agents in the free agency pool, but for the most part, decent roster. Go check it out. So it's time for the first draft of the rebuild. Set the foundation of the team for the future. 26 players needed. Who are we going to get? AJ Puck. Interesting. Okay, so I've gone through this the available players in the pool, and there's a couple players that I feel like I need to exclude for this year's draft. I just feel like they're a little bit too good, and they definitely should be on a 40-man roster. AJ Puck being one of them, Gordon Graceffo being the second, Kopech being the third, and Colby Thomas being the fourth. I feel like all four of those should be on the 40-man roster of their respective teams. Moving forward for every other Rule 5 draft, if they're in the pool, I'm going to be able to draft them. But for season one, I feel like I shouldn't make it too easy on myself. So I'm going to take those four out. But every other player here, I feel like is fair game. Like I feel like they really don't, move the needle that much for the team in terms of making them a championship contender. So I feel like, yeah, AJ Puck, Colby Thomas, Gordon Graceffo, as well as who was the last one that I said? Michael Kopech. Those four out of the pool. So I was kind of looking at it. JP France, I feel like, is one that could be on the chopping block for the Astros if things don't work out. I know he's been battling some injuries, working his way back from some injuries, but I could see the Astros being like, you know what? Yeah, we'll take him off the 40 man. Is he a guy that I'm going to choose right off the rip? I don't think so. It sounds crazy. Like, obviously, B potential, only 30 years old, only 1 year of service time. I feel like that definitely leads to a pitcher that we could use for the whole rebuild. But at the same time, like, I feel like position players are going to be names that go by pretty quickly. And I'm looking at Drew Baker here. The potential may not be the highest with C, but the hitting stats look pretty good. Can play all across the outfield. I feel like this is a guy that could help us out for the whole rebuild as a position player. And I feel like position players are going to be the hardest to get. I'm going to take Drew Baker for the first one. In the first round, Colby Thomas ended up getting chosen by the Dodgers. Of course he did. Only 80 potential for him. It does kind of suck that it shows the potential in the draft. So JP France also got chosen by the Blue Jays. And then kind of looking at some of the other names that were taken. Okay. I feel like Drew Baker, not a bad choice. Only 76 potential, but yeah, we'll go from there. Looking at some of the other names, do I go with Javier Assad or do I go with another position player? I feel like from here on out, I really have free reign at choosing whoever I want because I don't think the CPU is going to choose other players. Maybe one other team makes a choice. So I think, yeah, let's just take Javier Assad and we'll go from there. So yeah, in the second round, there was only one other player chosen. It was Christian Robinson. So realistically, I think it's just whoever I want from here on out. So let's see what I get. I kind of like the looks of Kalai Rosario. The vision disciplines suck a little bit, but the hitting stats not bad. Decent fielding too. Another outfield to the team. Ryan Ward's going to be my next pick. First base, potentially outfield, but most likely first base. Lefty bat. I like the hitting numbers. Let's go with him. And then the final pick I'm going to show you because I feel like showing you all 26 picks are going to be crazy. Let's see here. I don't really know. Sam Hentges is not bad. Gregory Santos is also interesting. Keegan Thompson. You know what? I'm going to go Gregory Santos. Yeah, I'm going to go Gregory Santos. Unless there's somebody else, maybe a position player. Maybe somebody else piques my interest here. Do I just go Nick Senzel? Get that lefty hitter? Like that lefty specialist that we just rock with him there. He's also like kind of a Swiss Army knife. You know what? It's boring. It's not exciting, but Nick Senzel is going to be our 5th pick. So here it is, first year with the Rule 5 squad. Assad is on the mound for opening day, and yeah, the team's not good. Ranked 30th, 30th in contact, 30th in power, 30th in pitching. Our best area is speed, and I don't even know if that's going to win us too many games. Assad is our best player, like I said, 75 overall, our best offensive player. Nick Senzel. No other player is above 70 overall. I'm hoping Triston McKenzie can be a little bit of a weapon for us in the bullpen or potentially starting rotation moving forward. He's got B potential. He is 59 overall, but I bet if I made him a starter, he would jump up quite a bit. He actually jumps up to a 67 overall, so I think let's just make him a starter for now, get him that overall boost, even though it really doesn't change any of the attributes, but maybe it'll speed up his growth throughout the season. Who knows? The rest of the bullpen is just guys that I was looking at their attributes and hoping that they could potentially be sneaky arms for the next couple seasons. If not, we can just find another guy in the Rule 5 draft. I think relievers, that's going to be the easiest part of this rebuild. Outside of Assad, our starters are pretty weak. Like, I'm not going to lie. I feel like this is probably going to be the hardest part of the rebuild, finding good quality starters that will develop over the future. So we'll see what we can do. And then, like I said, Nick Senzel is our best offensive player, but outside of that, it's not looking great. Not a single player with B potential, and there's some good players that I think could be pieces for the future. I think Ryan Ward could help us out moving forward, depending on what his potential is. I think Drew Baker could be decent for us as well. And there's a couple others, but realistically, again, we're just going to have to kind of move pieces around, see who performs, see who doesn't, and then just kind of replace them as we go through the Rule 5 picks. So season 1, we'll see what we can do. And we win our first game in the second week of the season. We're only 1-3 on the year. We win 5-4 against the Guardians. Okay. And in the 9th, we almost gave it up, allowing 1 run, but I will take it. Let's see what we had going on here. So it looks like Mortarella, 2 RBIs, 2 hits in the leadoff role. Looks like he's hitting 300 on the season, 400 for Emmanuel Rivera. Okay. Looks like the top half of our lineup is producing a little bit compared to the rest. Like Blake Sable's sucking it up pretty badly. Same thing with Junior Severino, but I'll take it. A home run for Mortarella in the leadoff role. Pitching wise, not bad from Sean Sullivan. The rest of the guys held it down in the bullpen. Hey, 1 win, less than 10 games into the season. I'm impressed. So we're past the All-Star game and we're sitting 31-66. Honestly, a little bit better than I anticipated. I wanted to see who our All-Star representative was, see if we can figure out who's our guy. Who is it? I'm not seeing it. Emmanuel Rivera, is he the one that went to the All-Star game for us? Because if that's the case, that's the one that went to the All-Star game for us. That's the best player that we have. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Really? Well, let's take a look. Let's see what we've got going on pitching wise. It's not looking great. Yeah, that would make sense. All 5 ERAs. Triston McKenzie's looking pretty solid at long relief role. I kind of want to develop him a little bit more before we move him over to the rotation. And then looking at our bullpen, honestly, not too bad. I'm actually pretty impressed with our bullpen so far. Like I said, I feel like bullpen is going to be an area where we can succeed. It's finding those rotation pieces that help us win games. And looking at our bench, it's not looking great. Not looking great at all. How is Nathan not a choice for the All-Star game? I get he has competition with other outfielders in the NL, but this is clearly our best player. Like, it has to be. Anybody else hitting close to, honestly, our first 3 hitters are not doing too bad. Like, 250 isn't great, but not bad there. Another 250 for Blake Sable, 250 for Ryan Ward. I mean, like, yeah, Nathan Mortarella is definitely our best hitter. But if we take a look at some of the other guys, like maybe the power is not there. But overall, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. It's season 1. We don't have a single offensive player above 70, so I've got to temper expectations. But compared to the rest of the league, are we the worst team in baseball? Let's take a look here. 36 wins compared to our 31. So the White Sox are definitely the second worst, but we're holding our own for a team that is this bad. Not bad. First season in the books, 52 wins. You know what? The Rockies, are they going to get that in real life? So you know what? I'm going to take it. We had a little stretch here in August. Look at this. A little sweep of the D-backs scoring 8 runs in 2 games. And then, I mean, come on. Look at, and then we come up here with the win against the Athletics. We split the series here against the Padres. We started putting it together towards the end of the year. Hey, I'm pretty happy with that for sure. Do we have an award? Okay, now we're talking. But really quickly, how did we rank as a team? Where are we sitting? The worst batting average by 1 point to the White Sox, and just for run comparison, not too far behind the White Sox. So honestly, I don't think we're that bad of a team considering we were, all Rule 5 players. ERA wise, a little bit off. That's probably where the problems are coming from. But awards, Rookie of the Year for Drew Baker. Okay. Otani won MVP over Pete Alonso. Judge won MVP over Jordan. George Kirby and Blake Snell, Cy Young winners. And just kind of looking through the rest of the league. Okay. I mean, Rookie of the Year, Drew Baker, Junior Severino is also there. Drew Baker, 264 average, and then Paulino Santana of the Rangers, who looks like, oh, is this a real player? It is. I didn't know the Rangers had a player named Paulino Santana. So okay, so it looks like he got his debut for the Rangers this year. All right, all right. So let's take a look at our team. Actually, before that, just to point it out, if you see any players with low potential and in their 40s, maybe their 30s, that weren't part of the Rule 5 draft, it's just guys that I need to sign to fill out the minor league rosters. So because our low rated, Joe Randoms start to retire, I need to fill out the rest of the roster. So you'll start to see some random names popping up from time to time in AA and AAA. They're not going to be used. They're just guys that I need to fill out the roster. Just to point that out so you guys don't think I'm just stashing players on the roster and I'm trying to cheat or anything. Like, they're just guys to fill out the roster for sure. So let's take a look at the team as a whole. We'll take a look at pitching first. And if we take a look, just look at, we'll do ERA, and we'll have the whip showing as well. As you can see, not too much to be excited about. I knew this was going to be probably the weakest part of the team. I feel like this is going to be the area where we really need to focus, especially starting pitching. I've mentioned that before, but we only had 2 pitchers with a sub-4 ERA, and they were both relievers. So, yeah. And they were also like the 3 that threw the least. So, also something to kind of keep in mind. If we take a look at position players and if we take a look at OPS, 2 players with an above 700 OPS, Drew Baker really turned it around the second half of the year, as you can see. And then Blake Sabol, our main catcher, with 20 home runs. Everybody else sub 700 OPS. Some okay stats to look at, but also we definitely need to improve the team. So I thought offense would be a little bit better. If we take a look at one player was sent down, it was Rosario. So he also wasn't great. 216 average with a 562 OPS. So I was hoping offense would have been better so I wouldn't have to focus on that and I could just really get some good pitchers. But it's looking like I'm going to need to really improve the team everywhere. So now the good thing is I can send some of these guys down to AAA and let them develop there and get some new guys for the major league squad next year. Now I can kind of stash some players. So let's see how the offseason finishes, or let's head to the offseason and see how that goes. The Mariners defeat the Giants. So yeah, let's see. Here we are. Okay, more Joe Randoms retired, so I'll have to sign a couple free agents. And I feel like I at least 1 year, right? Bring him back for a year. I feel like versus lefties, he might be okay. Or maybe he's just that elite bench bat and I don't really want to bring him back. But again, I don't really know if I'm going to have much else. So I kind of need to keep those 2. It sounds crazy, but I need to do it. All right, so before the draft, I currently have a few spots available. I'm at 19 men on the MLB roster that are on the 40-man. So I do have a few players. I've sent a few players down also just to open up a couple more spots on the MLB side of things. I'm looking at potentially 2, maybe 3 starters in the rotation. Brew Baker's the one where I'm like, if I can find an upgrade, I'll take it. But 2 for sure, and then potentially a bullpen arm. So I'm looking at 3, maybe 4 new pitchers. We'll see. We'll see. And then offensively, I'm looking for two bats, maybe a second baseman. I'd really like to upgrade our shortstop. So I think a shortstop and a second baseman, a shortstop, a right fielder. I have open spots. So like it's really just best player available. And if I can fill a spot, that'd be great. Like I have a couple guys I can move. Actually, I think I do need a second baseman. I have Severino in AAA right now, but I guess I do need a middle infielder for sure. So a middle infielder and 3 to 4 pitchers. That's kind of where I'm at right now. Let's just see what's available in the draft though, because like that's kind of the important part. We obviously have the first pick. Oh, he's available still. Grisefo's there, Kopech's there, so they didn't add those guys to the. That's crazy. Colby Thomas too. I feel like I have to. I feel like I have to. I'll take a look at some of the other names available. Like there's some good, like Stone Garrett's probably a pretty good pick because he's gonna easily be one of our better hitters. Any other sneaky names here that we might be able to? Mikey Romero, David Bodie, but he's 33. So is that really someone that I'm looking for? I don't know. I feel like wow, a lot of players actually fell into this player pool for this draft. Like Tim Elko, the power's probably pretty nice to add, but I don't necessarily need another first baseman. Davy Garcia as a reliever. AJ Puck is probably the one I want the most. Looking at starters, I mean, that's not a bad pick in Jimmy Joyce. Is there anybody else that really stands out? No. And I have a feeling starters are going to go by pretty quickly, and I definitely need one. But I also feel like passing up on some of these B potential players is dumb. I think I'm going to take the offensive player. I'm going to take Colby Thomas. A little bit more of a I mean, he's 26, 68 overall, good fielding, good speed. Hopefully the bat shows up. I'm going to take Colby Thomas. Okay. Emmett Sheehan and Peyton Paletti and Jacob Melton were the only other names chosen. So, okay. I feel pretty good about this. I think AJ Puck has to be chosen. I feel like that's just so dumb if I don't. I also only get him for this year and next year though. Maybe someone like where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Did he get chosen? No, Gordon Graceffo. Maybe he's the smarter move. I think he is. I think Gordon Graceffo makes sense. Make him a starter, develop him as a starter, stretch him out as a starter. That's the move. Yep, Gordon Graceffo. I'm also taking Stone Garrett. The bat's just too good to pass up. We got to get some sort of offense into this team. Zach Thompson's also available. Doesn't become a free agent until 2032. That's kind of why I'm avoiding Kopech and AJ Puck. They become free agents within the next couple seasons, and I just don't want to have to try to convince them to stay on the team or anything like that. So let's pick players that we're going to have for the long term. Zach Thompson, another bullpen arm. I'm going to take Jimmy Joyce. Probably not going to develop too much more, but looks like a well-rounded starter. We need one. I'm going to take Caden Polkovich, switch hitter. He's not the tallest, so probably not a shortstop, but could play second base for us. Okay, says center field too, but let's put him at second base. We do need one. I think this is our last available slot, and I'm trying to think, do I go with another one of these B potential relievers? I feel like I'm going to get a bunch of those guys. So like, do I go with something else that I need? And I don't necessarily need to pick another player, but I feel like I should. Do I take the power of Elko and then just send a couple of these guys down to develop in the farm system and see if Elko can just develop as a hitter a little bit more? We really do lack power. I'm gonna take Tim Elko, see what happens. Reggie Crawford. Ooh, but he's not a pitcher, so why? I'm not going to be able to use him as a pitcher, so that's a little bit of a bummer. I'm going to take Elko. Let's see what we can do. I know I'm really just kind of clutching at straws here, hoping it works out. But I think that's it in terms of players that I have available. So I'm going to skip the selection. I feel like that's a pretty good second draft to add to the squad. Let's get to season 2. Javier Assad on the mound for opening day for the second year in a row because the team hasn't improved. Honestly, they've gotten worse. I didn't think that was possible, but I guess it has, which is not great. Assad is still our best pitcher overall, which is saying something, but at least we've raised the level of the team. I feel like players have developed. We added a couple guys. Graceffo has jumped up to a 71 overall because I made him a starter instead of a reliever. Let's just throw him into the rotation, see how that goes. McKenzie, I'm still seeing how he develops. Honestly, he might just be our long reliever for the whole time and it might work out for us. But let's see how this goes moving forward. Thompson has joined the bullpen. and we're kind of rocking like this. So overall, a couple new faces, a couple guys chilling in AAA. As you can see, these 40 overall guys to fill out the roster. Don't worry about them. It's mostly just Sean Sullivan and Caleb Killian, along with Ryan Murphy chilling in AAA. So we could call them up if need be. Lineup wise, yeah, I can definitely see why we're gonna suck. I can definitely see why we're gonna suck. I need a couple guys to just pop off, potentially get like a B potential upgrade. There was one player that got downgraded. It was Emmanuel Rivera. So there's that. He went from C to D potential, even though he was bad. He was bad. I see why they downgraded him. I see why they downgraded him. But we'll see how things move forward. I feel like we're gonna improve. What did we win last year? We won 52 games. I feel a 55 game winning season, like a 55 wins. That's what I'm feeling. Slight improvement. Let's get through season 2. All right, the All-Star game's over. I believe we're 3 games better than where we were last year. I think we had 31 games won at the All-Star break. Also, I'm just now noticing after playing MLB The Show quite a bit this year, and just, yeah, whatever. Home Run Derby All-Star Game Futures game. The Futures game is before the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game. So MLB The Show has this wrong. Whatever. So with that being said, who was our All-Star? Wasn't a pitcher. AJ Puck has finally been called up. There we go. It wasn't a pitcher. Was it a catcher? No. Is this I was gonna say, did they get a generational talent? They did not, but he looks pretty good. Looking through it, we are gonna have our shortstop. Oh boy. It's probably because outfield is so stacked that they're not gonna have an opening, right? Probably. So it's gonna be our shortstop, Josh Kasevich. I mean, he's improving from last year, which is a good thing. I mainly chose him in the first year draft because of his glove. I was kind of hoping that would have helped us out. So we'll see. Just a quick peek. Let's see. 5 ERA for Assad. Okay. I mean, most of their starters had a 5 ERA last year, so there's a couple 4s, so that's an improvement. Bullpen wise, Johnny Brito might be our closer. Like, he might be legit. And I say that he's regressing, which would suck. Which would really suck. What about AAA? What are the 3 down here doing? Honestly, they might get called up. They've been pretty decent. We might need to call them up to start winning. The guys that we have in AAA, Seymour's mashing. The other 2 aren't. So that's a bummer. Looking at our bench, Ward is looking pretty solid on the bench. Senzel didn't want to sign a new contract with us. So I said he can leave. He can leave. Anybody else doing well off the bench? TJ Stewart, not too bad. Our second baseman's not a great leadoff hitter. Drew Baker's not great. Elko, not great. Is anybody hitting for any kind of average? Okay. I'll take that. But for the most part, it's definitely a down year offensively. So offense is a bit of a problem, which is expected, but a bummer that we're not really seeing growth from any of our hitters. Like, is he really developing? Not really. It's just looking like Nathan, who had a good first half of the year last year. It was the second half that he really fell off. So we'll keep an eye on that. But maybe Ryan Ward steps in for Elko here. And we rock like that. Let's see what happens the rest of the year. 58 wins on the season. You know what? Hey, 3 better than I anticipated. I'll take it. So with that in mind, we actually had a couple like decent stretches, like right after the All-Star break, winning, what is that, 6 in a row? I mean, come on. That is a great stretch. Even right before the All-Star break. I mean, look at this. 2 losses the week before the All-Star break, and then just win. We sweep the Padres. We win the series against the Marlins. We swept the Mets. We swept the Nationals. We won the series here against the Dodgers. Like, we had a couple good stretches here and there. So is it a great season? No, obviously not. We won 58 games, but some good stretches. That's what I like to see. No awards this year, which is a bummer. Ohtani, another MVP. Judge, another MVP. All right. McClanahan won Cy Young. We've got Snell winning his 2nd straight Cy Young. Interesting. Skubal on the Giants. Okay. We've got Acuna and Bobby Witt batting title winners. Reliever of the year for Jeff Hoffman, along with Cade Smith, who I've seen his name pop up like 4 times on trades already. We've got Robbie Riley, rookie of the year, beating out our second baseman somehow. All right. I don't even know how he's in the mix for rookie of the year, but all right. And on the AL side is Carson Williams of the Rays. All right. So I'm not really expecting much, team rankings wise. We're not last for batting average, but we are last by quite a bit for runs. So offensively, we're definitely struggling as a team. ERA is going to be a little skewed, probably because they called up a couple guys, but we're not last. The Phillies were last. Okay. Okay. Stats wise for players, we'll take a quick look at pitchers. Did we have any good ones? Okay, so it looks like our relievers kind of held it down. Yeah, I mean, 4 guys with the sub 4 ERA, which is an improvement on last year. Brandon Hughes is looking like a huge, huge lefty for us in the bullpen. Johnny Brito's looking like a pretty solid closer for us as well. Kai Bush is holding it down fairly well. He's also developing pretty well. So we've got 2 really good lefties in the bullpen. And then Patino obviously threw some of the least amount in the bullpen, but still doing well, right? Sub 4 ERA. And then looking at the rest of the guys, like a 4 ERA for Thompson's not bad. Assad at a 4.4 isn't terrible for like a 4 or a 5 starter, but we definitely need starting pitching for sure. Who is in AAA here? Anybody? Fujinami got sent down. Makes sense. Not the greatest of seasons, and these 2 guys I didn't call up, so I'm not too worried about them. If we look at position players, we'll rank it by OPS. Ryan Ward was our best hitter, 288 at bats. So he was mostly a bench guy, but when he was given the opportunity, definitely delivered. Mortarella, solid season from him with 20 home runs. Severino, a bench. Oh, actually, 400 ABs. Huh. Was he at my second baseman? Or a third baseman, potentially? Did I start him in a lineup? And I don't remember? Oh, he was he took over for Rivera. That's right. That is right. Okay. So, all right, I'll take that. He actually, improved quite a bit too, it looks like. Yeah, same thing with Mortarella. We've got Sable who fell off a little bit, which was expected. I wasn't expecting him to be as good this season. But again, just offensively, we're really lacking. We're really lacking. I'm going to let Brubaker go. He's not going to improve too much more. No point bringing him back. All right, for this draft, I'm definitely looking at 2 starters, potentially 3. I just don't know what to do with Assad. Ugh. He's been decent, but like he hasn't been amazing, and I definitely need to upgrade, and he's not really developing anymore. So he's one of those guys where I know I'm going to have to replace him soon. Other than that, I definitely just need 2 starters. Bullpen, potentially 1, so I'm looking at 3 pitchers. And offensively, just whatever I can get. That's really what it is. What do we have here? B potential players. Kopech is still there. He's developing, and they gave him a new contract, and they didn't add him to the 40-man. It's got to be a pick. It's got to be. Waldschmidt, Josh Lowe. He is 30. Hitting stats aren't amazing, but you got to think he develops at least a couple more seasons, right? Okay, Mason Montgomery, how we looking? There's a couple decent options here. Okay, he's not developing. Kafis hasn't really developed. Hunter Biggie doesn't look too bad. Max Anderson. I'm going to look around to see if there's any others that could potentially be a decent pickup. Like maybe Wisenhunt, maybe Jarvis, but I don't know. I'm not really seeing any. Ooh, the potential is not going to be high, but those hitting stats already all being in the 50s is very intriguing. Okay, I'm gonna take a peek. All right, I'm gonna take a chance on Josh Lowe. We'll see. The hitting stats don't look great, but B potential. He's still fairly young at 30, so he should develop a little bit more. And I looked at a couple other players. I looked at Jorge Barosa. The contact doesn't look too bad. Andrew Pintar, Pintar. Either way, he looks okay. I like the vision. I like the contact numbers. But let's just see. Let's just see what Josh Lowe can do. He might be bad. Mason Montgomery got chosen. So that was the guy that I was actually looking at. I think he could have been a decent pick, but Kopech is still available. So I'm just gonna choose him. They gave him a really cheap contract. He may not be good for too much longer, but at least he gives us another solid bullpen arm. There's that. So I did say I needed starters. I looked at the starters that were available. There really weren't too many good ones. I'm going to be honest. There really wasn't. So, yeah, these look terrible. I don't think Luis Frias is going to be that great. I don't think Mata is going to be that great either. So I looked. It was not great. And I'm not expecting good starters to be here. Like that would be terrible if a team let some starters slide through to the Rule 5. Oh boy. Cam Walty actually, hold on. Good hits per 9, good walks per 9. Yeah, let me take a shot on Cam Walty. He's only 25, could develop maybe into the mid 70s. I'd be okay with that. What was his potential? 70. So he's actually not going to get much better. That's tough. That's tough. And I think I'm going to take a shot on Luis Frias. The clutch is low, but decent control, decent velocity, decent break. Hits per nine's decent, Ks per nine's decent. I mean, sure. Let's see what we can do there. And then I think I'm going to see if I can sneak a couple offensive players. I don't like the looks of this. I don't like the looks of that. Where is the contact? Looks okay. He's still young at 23. Good fielding numbers. I definitely need a middle infielder for sure. Bryce Jarvis looks like he'd be pretty good for the bullpen too. I do need bullpen help for sure. He's 29. How old is Bryce Jarvis? 30. I need some offensive help. I do. I do want Mikey Romero, but I still feel like he would be a player in real life that the Red Sox would add to the 40 man. So I'm going to hold off. I do like it. If he makes it to next year's draft, I'm going to take him. But because I do need a middle infielder, there was one. He just went up to C potential, so he's probably only going to go up to like a 70, maybe a 71 at best. But the hitting stats look decent. I think this is a guy that could help us out this year. I'm going to take Woody Hadeen or Hadeen. And then there's one more player I want, and it's Tommy White. He's a third baseman. And I think that's going to be it. I just like that every one of his stats is like mid to high 50s. Like, I feel like that's pretty good. The vision, the discipline, the clutch, the contact numbers, can play the corners for us. Might as well. Let's see what happens there. And I think that's it for this year. 6 players, got a little bit of everything. Let's see what we can do. I lied. I'm going to take Carson Whisenhunt as well. That's the last pick. Alrighty, season 3 for us. How are we looking? Still 30th. Yeah. Speed is up to 23 compared to like 30th last year. And you know what? We're not 30th in contact anymore. We're 28th. We're moving up. But pitching is still pretty bad. Assad is still our best pitcher. We're going to have Joyce, McKenzie, Graceffo, and Frias as our starters. We've got Walty and Whisenhunt as our long relievers. I made Walty a long reliever, or I actually changed him to a reliever so that his overall would drop so that it could actually develop over the next few years. So yeah, a little cheating a little bit, but I feel like if it is a way to get him to develop still and still be usable, I feel like that's a decent move. And then this is currently our bullpen. Kopech is going to be the setup guy, and Brito's going to hold it down as the closer for now. We'll see how things pan out. And then offensively, this is kind of what we're working with for now. I don't know. We've got a couple guys in AAA. If we head to the regular season, we can see that, these 5 are in AAA. Is that 5 or is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 5. I don't think anybody is in AA. Shouldn't be, at least. And then pitching wise, we have, let's see, anybody. We have Fujinami and then 3 starters. We shouldn't have anybody in AA that we've been using. So 3 starters in Sullivan, Murphy, and Wolf, along with Fujinami in AAA to call on. But for the most part, I feel like having this extra arm in the bullpen is going to help us out. And I need a couple offensive guys to take the next step. Who knows, man? We won 59 last year, 58. Let's see if we can get 70. Let's see if we can get to 70, and I think we'll be on a good pace to, maybe make this like a 10-year rebuild at this point. Good God. Let's get through the year. 65 wins, honestly, not too bad. Not too bad. Like I said, we get close to 70, I'd be happy. And 65, it's not as close as I wanted, but you know what? To go from 58 to 65, I mean, we are moving up and like we are improving. So I'm happy with what I'm seeing. Awards wise, Ellie De La Cruz won MVP along with Jordan. We've got Crochet and Hunter Green as your Cy Young winners. McLean and Contreras, William Contreras, batting title winners. Reliever of the year is Mason Miller and Tony Santillan. And then Owen Casey, just now getting into the bigs with the Cubs, wins Rookie of the Year, along with Bryce Eldridge, who is now with the Red Sox. Interesting. Taking a look at the team rankings, We are the worst for batting average, but what about runs? Yep, by quite a bit too. So offensively, it's looking like it's definitely still a problem, which is expected. But maybe pitching, we've moved up. No, we're still pretty bad. We're still pretty bad. So player stats wise, pitching wise, let's take a look here. Two whip. Yikes. Oh, he only pitched 3 innings. Okay. Let's see. Did either of those two? Let's see what Wizenhunt did. 100 innings. Okay. First season, not bad. Fujinami didn't get any time in the majors. Cam Walty. Okay. Okay. I mean, he's going to be a bit of a project because we made him a reliever. He's going to take some time to develop. It's all right. It's all right. But not bad. But if we take a look at our better pitchers, Ryan Murphy didn't pitch at all this year, but Burrito just continues to be a crazy closer, improving every single year. I don't know how he is not our all-star representative every single season because he is just so good. So good. We've got Patino. Oh wow, he was our only pitcher with under a 4 ERA. Boy. Wow. Okay. Is that really the case? I mean, Sullivan had a 2.7 ERA, but like he only pitched 3 innings. Oh man, that's bad. That's bad for sure. That's really bad. Tristan McKenzie, I know is a free agent this year. I don't know if I resign him. I really don't. He hasn't been amazing. If we take a look at position players now, sort by OPS, Hunter Bishop had a few ABs. Looks like 18 was good there. If we see who was at the major league level for us this year, it was Colby Thomas, who really struggled, really struggled. Junior Severino was good and then really cooled off based off those numbers. And oh, wow. Really? They sent him down? I guess he wasn't amazing either. But I mean, plus 10 versus lefties is good growth. So, I mean, at least we're going to have that for us. But if we take a look at OPS once again, 784 for Drew Baker. So a bounce back year for him. A pretty good growth for him too. So I'm pretty happy there. He had 300 ABs, pretty solid, pretty solid. A Stone Garrett, I'll take that. But then again, it just really falls off after the second player in the 700s for OPS. I need more guy. Like, oh man, this is like the Milwaukee Brewers, but 30 times worse in terms of OPS. Man, like no one really did anything. Like we've got some guys who are hitting 20 home runs, but it looks like they're just not doing like anything at all offensively. This is a pretty lackluster team. So I think it's now time it's time to be really really what's it called? I got to be cutthroat. I got to be cutthroat. If they're bad, we just got to replace them, send them down, call up somebody new from or draft somebody new from the Rule 5 draft and go from there. So, yeah, it's time. Let's I guess blow it up. Do I want to bring back Tristan McKenzie? I guess it depends on how much he wants. I can't justify that. I can't. I bet you he now like starts to do really well. I'll give him 1 year. He gets a 1 year like prove it deal. We have the money, so it's not like it's like, oh no, I'm strapped for cash or anything like that. But we're gonna keep those two. Already heading into the draft. I've let a lot of players go. I'll show you really quickly. We'll go to us. Free agency wise, we have Colby Thomas, Caleb Killian, Polkovich, Elko, Fujinami, Ward, Sable, and Assad all becoming free agents. So what is that? 8 players that we've let go. And if we take a look at our pitching staff, we do have some starters, but at the same time, I could also send some of them down to AAA. And the bullpen, I feel like is our strongest area. I think it had a down year last year, and I think we could just focus on the rotation. I mean, if there's a crazy bullpen arm available, I'll take them, but realistically, this is the area I really want to improve. Really want to improve. Yeah. I mean, I think this guy could be okay for another season or two, but I don't think much more. So I really need some offense. Please, 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 please be some offense. Let's see here. Pitching. So he went up to B potential, which is actually pretty good. That means he's going to grow quite a bit. His hitting stats just aren't developing like crazy. Veerling at 32 years old, probably not a guy I'm really looking at. And there's no other B potential players. Let me see if there's some sneaky offense. I don't necessarily need another outfielder, but Heriberto Hernandez is available. He's got some of the best hitting stats of the entire draft pool. So I'm going to pick him. All right, might as well upgrade the bullpen. Bryce Jarvis is available. There he is as our second pick. I'm gonna probably make a few picks this draft because we have so many openings. So do I mean I don't think so. All right, so Trevor Halver. Either way, he looks like he can play a couple different positions. I don't hate the hitting stats. Let's pick him up. I wonder if Colby Allard could be a starter. Like 56 stamina isn't great, but if we rock an extra long reliever, like I normally like that two long relievers, maybe even three this year, we might get away with it. I'm gonna pick Colby Allard. I need another catcher because we got rid of Sable. There's no good catchers, so I'm just gonna take him. You know what? Let's rock with it. Matt Vierling, get into the team. I don't feel great about it. I'm trying to think of like what else I could do. I've searched like the pitchers aren't great. Starters aren't great. I don't think I can really do much with what's given here. I'm trying to see maybe there's like a reliever that's got some decent stamina, maybe a little bit lower. Let's see here. 63 for Lats. Doesn't look bad. He's 32, but doesn't look bad. Ryan. Oh, okay. Gusto. All right. Okay. So maybe I need to look a little bit lower, like 70. Okay. Clayton Beater. Okay. Maybe I just haven't been looking low enough, like Forrest Whitley, but Christian Mena, Dylan Dodd. Ooh, Dylan Dodd. The control's good. The walks per nine's good. I think I've been doing this wrong. I think I just haven't been looking like Cash Mayfield. Like, why is Cash Mayfield a reliever? Maybe, yeah, I just haven't been looking low enough in the reliever section where these starters are. I mean, they are starters technically. So you know what? I'm hold on. Where's let's see here. I'm gonna pick like maybe one or two. Like Lats is probably gonna be good this year, but moving forward, is he gonna be any good? Probably not. No, maybe Cash Mayfield. Lefty, hits per nine's good. I'm gonna take Cash Mayfield. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why he's a reliever. He's definitely a starter, unless in real life he has been making some relief appearances. And also, if I'm taking a look at my starters right now, I could definitely use another starter. Let's go here. Might as well just pick one up, you know? Like let's go with no, I'm gonna go with let's go with Gusto, whichever it is, that's it for the draft. 8 picks in total, more than I actually thought I was gonna get, but I'll take it. Season 4, still ranked 30th. I know. But 12th speed, I think, is the highest category we've ever had. Pitching, it's been shaken up, shooken up, whatever it is. It's been, yeah, it's completely changed. As you can kind of see what we're rocking with now. I'm throwing stuff at a wall and hoping it sticks. That's really where I'm at with this because we haven't really had much success. We have been improving. There are some key players like Johnny Brito. He's been fantastic at this spot. Kopech, maybe not the setup guy, but maybe Bryce Jarvis is. I like our bullpen. I definitely expect us to make some changes over the next couple seasons just because players are going to hit their ceilings, but for the most part, let's see how it goes. I'm liking what we're doing. And then offensively, this is the first year where everybody's a 70 or higher. So the talent is definitely there. We just need to start seeing some results. And by talent, I mean like at least MLB level talent. So we'll see what happens. I feel good about the team. I feel like we should definitely win more than 65 games, right? We've gone up 6, we've gone up 7. So this year we're going to go up 8 games and that's going to make us a 73 win team. Quick math. So look at that. Let's get through this year. We actually finished with 73 wins. I mean, is this really only going to go up by one? Like, oh man, this is going to take forever if that's the case. 73 wins. You know what? We're making good strides though. Like we're starting to get like an okay team. I mean, I guess I don't. I think I'm losing my mind at this point. I mean, I can't believe it's literally been 6, 7, 8, right? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it would be 7. Yeah. That would be right. Correct? Am I math? Is my math mathing? Yeah. We aren't the worst team in the West. We aren't the worst team in baseball. Oh, we're making strides. How far are we from the wild card? Still 13 games, but I mean, we're not the worst team in baseball. We're not the worst team in baseball, which is something. Batting average wise, we are now up to 24th. Ho ho. And if we take a look at runs, we are now 28th. ERA wise, what are we looking like though? Oh, a top 20 team, 18th. I mean, that's the difference right there. The pitching came to play. Awards wise, Devers was your MVP along with your Don. We've got Crochet and Skubal as the Cy Young winners. Batting title went to Devers, who had a crazy season, and William Contreras back to back batting titles. Okay. Herder and Dylan Lee, relievers of the year and rookie of the year, went to Chad Rodriguez, who looks absolutely insane. Holy cow. Hernandez, second place. I mean, I'll take that for a rookie of the year. And then Lance Gunter. Oh, that is a crazy generational talent right there. Holy cow. Okay. Okay. That is something for sure. If we take a look at our team at the pitchers, Joyce didn't pitch in the majors this year. Whisenhunt didn't. Ryan Gusto did, and he was pretty good. Okay, okay. I like seeing that. So now we found the glitch. It only took me 4 seasons, but the glitch is to look for those relievers who are really starters. Cash Mayfield struggled a little bit. I was keeping an eye on him. Yeah, I mean, he was low rated. It was kind of expected, but he's definitely progressing, so I'm cool with that. And I think Patino got sent down, but he's also starting to regress a little bit. So I think with his contract expiring, we just let him walk. Anybody else? I don't think so in AAA. If we take a look at sorting by ERA, we'll just sort by ERA. Ryan Murphy didn't pitch at all this year, but Brandon Hughes, once again, fantastic bullpen arm. He's probably hitting his ceiling. So, like, we probably only have like another season or two with him. So, probably in the market for another lefty bullpen arm. Brito continues to just be an absolutely insane closer for us. Allard, 32 games started, finished the year 10-10 with a 3 ERA. We've got ourselves a starter. Kopech was good. Thompson was good. And if we take a look at some of the other guys here, I mean, I feel like, yeah, we've got some high ERAs for sure. But for the most part, I tried to make Kai Bush a starter for a little bit. It just didn't work out. So that's why his ERA is so inflated. I think he's just a bullpen arm moving forward. I think starter is definitely an area we need to focus on next year, which now that we know the glitch, we should be good. But for the most part, pitching looks fantastic. Let's see who was sent down for our team this year. Severino was once again, but off the bench, he's looking like a pretty solid bat for us. So I think he's a guy we rely on off the bench. Anybody else? Stone Garrett's probably going to start to regress at 33 years old. Wasn't fantastic. Maybe a bench bat for another season. How's Nathan looking? We might have seen his ceiling. Might have seen his ceiling. He gave us 1 year, and that might have really been it. So if we take a look at our starters at the major league level, okay, a couple guys with the 700 OPS. We've got 4 this year. Trevor Hauver was our best hitter. It looks like 14 home runs, 750 OPS. I'll take that. 325 on base percentage. Josh Lowe. Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. But again, we got to remember, like, ceilings aren't too high on these guys. So we got to move quick. We need to start putting some pieces together. 20 home runs for Hernandez, 9 for Woody Hadeen or Hayden. Either way, again, this was another guy that his potential went from D to C. So his ceiling's not going to be that much higher. So we got to be smart with our shortstop. Vierling came in, wasn't amazing. I could really use a catcher. We could really use some offensive production from the catcher spot. 16 home runs isn't bad, though. Vierling gave us 21, even though his average was low. Okay. I mean, like, we're hitting home runs. Like, I'm seeing double digits for a majority of our team. It's just we're not really getting on base. So we're probably not, like, you could see the RBIs. So probably a lot of, like, solo shots. So there's that. I mean, looking at the team, though, there's definitely some growth, like a 79, 73, 72s. So there's growth. We just need some more. We need a little bit more talent. So season 5, here we come. All right, leading up into the draft, we let go of some players. It was time. So yeah, let's talk about it. Those 4 became free agents. 2 of them I offered contracts, Hughes and Josh Lowe. And then I didn't tender a contract to Hunter Bishop. Just really couldn't crack into the team. Really wasn't developing. And then 4 other players in Ronaldo Hernandez, Stone Garrett, Nathan, and Josh Kasevich, whichever it is. All 4 of them are gone. Stone Garrett was regressing. The catcher really wasn't that good. Nathan just had that one good season, nothing else. And then Kasevich was really just a glove first guy. So Lowe is back, Hughes is back. And if we take a look at the team really quickly, yeah, rotation is probably in need of one pitcher, maybe two, maybe two. And then the bullpen, I'm probably going to leave the same because I feel like that's our strongest part of the team right now. The reason I say we could use maybe one starter is we still have Ryan Gusto, Wizen Hunt, who actually has B potential now. That happened, which is huge. And then we have Cash Mayfield, who could all kind of fight out for a starting spot in the rotation. Lineup wise, literally anything. Give me anything, please. I need offense. I need offense big time. So that's kind of where I'm at. So let's see what happens with the draft. We aren't the worst team in baseball now, so we're not getting that first pick. So let's see what happens here. I don't think I would have wanted. I definitely don't want him. Nope. Wouldn't have been interested in those guys. So let's see what we get in the draft. Oh, some A potential players. Are they good? No. No. Tejada, no. Estrada, Guerrero, no. Guerra, no. Abrams. CJ Abrams? What's the contract looking like? Oh, no. No, has Connor Phillips too. Okay. Anybody else with B potential that looks decent? Bridges looks pretty good for the future. Hernandez is a reliever. Robbie Robert is a closer, and Waldschmidt still developing, but again, still just not good enough to pick up. Okay. I don't even need to hesitate. We're just gonna go for CJ Abrams. We need the bat. He's easily the best bat we've seen so far in this entire draft. Get him into the team. Dick Fitz was chosen last round along with Beck Way and Chase Silseth, all names that could have been options, but I'm not really interested in those. I kind of want that first baseman. Where is he? Was it a first baseman or is it a left? Where was he? Bridges. I'll keep an eye on him. 95 bunt? What is that? Connor Phillips is my next one. Again, one of those relievers that we can make a starter. No brainer. I need a new catcher. Jose Herrera is going to be that guy. He is 33, so he's probably not going to be able to hold his rating for too much longer, but at least this gives us a catcher. And then I think my next pick is going to be Keon Bergeron. I know he's regressing a little bit in some areas, but those hitting stats look too good right now. So I'm going to pick him up. I might make one more pick. I kind of do need a pitcher, but I'm not really seeing anybody. I'm kind of hoping some of these lower rated players pop up next year because they're like just on the cusp of being like players that I would choose. Florentino. I know he's a prospect in real life who is like flying up the rankings right now. A lot of people like his bat, but just hasn't really developed yet in this. This is kind of the shortstop I'm keeping my eye on. Do I just pick him up now? We might need a shortstop because he might fall off because he's not going to develop too much more. I'll take Kendry Martinez. Yeah, I'll take Kendry Martinez. That's gonna be my last pick. We're still the last ranked team. Like, okay, fine. 12th in speed, so we're still kind of holding that rating. Honestly, though, I feel pretty good about the team. I feel like actually, hold on, we're gonna maybe something like this. I feel good about that. Bullpen, we're gonna rock one less arm this year. We're gonna see how that goes. And fingers crossed it goes well. We do have some arms, right? Like we have all these guys here in AAA, so we can mix and match if need be. I had to sign a bunch of players because our Joe Randoms have started to retire, and I'm running out of guys that we've kind of kept into the team. So realistically, all we have are our starters right now and Cam Walty. That's really it. Everybody else is guys that I've had to sign to fill out the rest of the roster. So there's that. Offensively, though, I'm feeling pretty good. I think Abrams was a huge pickup for us. I feel like potential wise, probably don't have a lot of high potential players, but for the most part, I'm feeling pretty good about the team. A lot of good performers. Like this guy was pretty solid last year. One of our better hitters. I hope he can do a little repeat. You know, I hope Josh Lowe can continue to develop a little bit. Vierling can give us another season or two. Some of these guys off the bench can deliver. I think we're starting to see some good players in this team. Some good players in this team. Plus now in the Rule 5 draft, we'll start to see those draft picks who haven't been called up yet. They'll start to get thrown into the draft pool. We'll be able to pick them up. So guys like Keon Bergeron, he's just been sitting in the team for how long? Finally gets an opportunity with us. We were able to pick him up. CJ Abrams went to the Dodgers, big mistake, and now he's on our team. So here we go. Let's see what happens with this. I need a wild card push. That's what I want this season. A wild card push. We've been improving. I want a big jump this year. 80 wins. Oh man, we had a chance to go 500 on the season and we lost the last game. Look at this little streak we went on towards the end of the year. Sadly, fell a little short. We're 14 games out of the division, easily the best season we've had, and 6 games out of the wild card. So it's not necessarily the wild card race that I was looking for, but it's better than what I was, like what we've been doing. We've been hovering around this little area. So to be 6 games out, that's a huge jump. We're still improving quite a bit. We went up 7 games compared to improved from 7 games from last year. League leaders, Brito with saves. This guy's insane. Brito's insane. Brito is so good. Awards. What do we have? Bryce Harper and Riley Green are your MVPs. Crochet and Hicks are the Cy Young winners. Chad Rodriguez, I mean, this guy's insane. Holy cow. 415 on base percentage. Unreal. Bobby Witt was also the batting title winner. Cade Smith and Josh Hader, relievers of the year. I mean, come on. Give it to Brito. It's just because he's not striking out anybody. It sucks because he's been nasty. And Ricky Bush is he looks pretty good. Is the rookie of the year along with Eric Lopez. JoJo Parker, this year's draft pick for the Blue Jays. All right, so looking at the team here. Actually, let's take a look at our team rankings. Where are we batting average wise? 27th, but what about runs? 28th. So offensively, we're still definitely lacking. I mean, home runs wise, where are we sitting? Last. Yeah. I mean, we just need some power. We need some run scoring threat in this team. Pitching wise, yeah, we're a top 15 team pitching wise. Okay, Luis Frias is definitely helping the ERA there, but let's take a little peek how we're doing as a squad. So Joyce Gusto pitched this year, not as good as he was last year, unfortunately, which is a bummer. Mayfield, Walty, Bryce Jarvis got sent down. He's regressing already. Interesting. Okay, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. If we take a look at ERA this season, let's see what we've got. So these two didn't pitch at all in the majors. And then we've got Hughes, who got 66 innings, which I think is one of his lowest of his career so far. But he's still good. He's up to beat potential too. I might be able to sneak one more season out of him. He's been fantastic for us outside of 2028. We've got Brito, again, just a fantastic closer. I doubt he develops too much more, also becomes a free agent. So I'm going to see if I can get one more season out of him because he's been our best reliever this entire rebuild. We've got Ryan Murphy, who is fantastic as a starter. 28 starts, 100 innings. Can't ask for much more from him. Colby Allard, also fantastic. Same thing with Kopech. Graceffo is finally putting it together. Kai Bush. And then even these guys here, the worst was a 4.5 ERA. A couple other like Bryce Jarvis and stuff like that. But it looks like the pitching staff is definitely coming together, which is good. If we take a look at OPS as a team, Rosario's got a 915, but he had 21 at bats. Severino got sent down. I think it's time for him to go. Gave us 2 good seasons if we want to be generous. Basically 1. I think that's it. So, Martinez got sent down too. He's up to a 70. Okay. I did force him into the lineup. Probably shouldn't have. We definitely need offense. That's just the main thing. CJ Abrams is easily our best player. 40 home runs almost. Those numbers are crazy. 15 home runs for Hernandez. And as you can see, it's a big drop off from 854 OPS to 742. But then we've got Hauver, who not as good as last year. But you know what? I'll take it. Pretty similar. So it's kind of something in the middle for his average. Like a 745 OPS. I think if we have a couple players sitting around that, we'll be way better. It's just we kind of fall off a cliff pretty quickly. Like BJ Murray was okay, only 6 home runs, 176 ABs. Josh Lowe, I don't really know if he's really worth the 12.5 mil. So I think he's someone that we can let walk. Probably not going to improve too much more either. Veerling, probably not going to get much better either. And then if you look at the rest of the team, we just need offense. The pitching is doing their job. They're a top half pitching staff. We just need to supplement them with the offense, which is just lacking. Outside of Abrams, really nobody was a guy that we could rely on. Abrams and Hernandez. That's really about it. Maybe Hover. So we need to pick it up. There's like even yeah. I mean, maybe Rosario versus lefties is a guy that we could turn to, but overall, we definitely need to improve this offense. Let's get to the offseason. It's draft time. We're almost the 500 team, so we're getting there. Leading up to the draft, these are the guys that we have let walk in free agency: Joyce, Sullivan, Jarvis, Collins, Severino, Murray, and Baker. A lot of offensive pieces, but a lot of bench pieces too. So here we go. We're not the worst team, so we'll see what gets taken before us. It looks like one position player, and that's kind of the one I'm looking for the most. I would have liked to have him. Wow, those hitting stats are great. Only 72 potential, so he's not going to develop like at all. And there's some A potential players, but I'm looking at their hitting stats and like, yeah, sure, we could hope that they develop, but oh man, really? It's not looking great. Not looking great at all. And I'm not really looking for pitching either. I mean, like Jesus Sanchez, but even still, yeah, and I'm not looking for any pitching. Trent Grisham's regressing heavily. Oh boy. Yikes. Not looking great. Ezra Coronado is someone that I could pick up. I don't think his potential is going to be that great, but the hitting stats are there. I need offense. Like Marco Vargas could be a guy like okay versus righties, so we could like platoon him. Is there like there's just really isn't anybody. Like this might be one of the worst we've had throughout the entire rebuild. This is really bad. I could pick up Ryan Ward again. I don't like that. Juan Yepez, just because we need the offense, we might as well see if he can do something. When was the last time he played? 2028? I mean, he had a 700 OPS. I mean, there's plenty of first basemen, but we don't necessarily need a first baseman. We kind of need other positions. And man, this is a really thin draft pool offensively. This is like one of the worst. So I guess I'm gonna take this Coronado just based off of his hitting stats. And let's see what we can get in the second round. What was there was another player, Juan Yepez. I mean, I guess again, he's one of the better bats available. He's a little bit older, but we do need impact bats. We do need offense. We're just lacking so much. I don't even think it's worth picking him up. I don't think he's gonna do anything. What's the best he's gonna be? Maybe 60 contact versus right and left at best by the end of next season. Like that's just I need guys that are like already in the 60s. Like is Sanchez even worth it? Probably not. Oh boy, what about Stone Garrett? Do we bring him back? Probably not. I'm gonna pick up Brett Harris again, an older player, but let's just see what we can do. And I might try to pick up one or two more players, maybe a pitcher. I did need a bullpen arm, so I guess we could see what we've got going on here. Not really liking any of those. Is there just a good arm? Let's see. Beloso could be a starter for us if we really wanted to. But I think I just want a reliever. Let's just get a maybe we just take Wentz. It looks pretty good. A lefty too. Do we need a lefty? Do we need a lefty? Do we need a lefty? We have Thompson and Hughes and wait, yeah, we've got three, so no, we don't need a lefty. Okay. Kranick, maybe? Is there a starter that we could pick up? Ah man, this is a really bad draft pool this year. I'm going to go Dylan Dodd. That's going to be my final pick. All right, so I didn't draft enough players. I definitely should have drafted an extra catcher. As you can see, we don't have a backup catcher. Apparently, Hernandez can play catcher. I don't believe that. So, yeah, oversight on my part. Also, I'm noticing players are getting older. So, we're in a tough situation. Like, I need a miracle. Abrams is 30. Yepez is 33. 32 for Harris. We've got 31 for Hernandez, 32 for Hover, 34 for Herrera. Like offensively, we're in a spot where like we need to make the playoffs this year or we're in a lot of trouble. Even pitching, like it's not like anybody's getting younger. So we need some luck. We need a huge breakthrough this year because it's basically make or break. Like Burrito's about to regress a little bit. Kopech's probably going to start to regress too. Like basically everybody's going to start to regress. I do have Gusto, Walty, and Mayfield all as options. Gusto's on waivers right now. But like, yeah, this is kind of a make or break season. Like otherwise I completely have to start over, which I don't want to do. So, yeah. Let's see what happens. I mean, 19th in contact. That's probably the greatest we're ever going to have. Let's get through season 6. We won the division with 85 wins. That's right. 85 wins, won the division. And you know what won it for us this last week right here? Look at this streak from the 21st to the 28th. Undefeated to finish the year for the last week of the season. And this was a huge stretch because this little series here against the Giants in the West, you're gonna see the standings were pretty close, like 5 games. If we didn't win that series against the Giants, win that series against the Athletics, like it was way closer than it looks. Like 5 games, yeah, but if we lose a game or two, I mean, we're down to 3. We get swept by the Giants, so we're only at 2. So we got lucky. And if we didn't win the division, we were not making the postseason. Look at the record here. Whew, whew. That was close. That was so close. So just taking a look at team rankings. Okay, offensively, batting average 16th. Okay, so did we take a step up this year? Let's see what we've got here. Runs batted in. We're probably still pretty low here, right? 15th. Okay, so right in the middle. I'll take that for sure. And where were we ERA wise? Second. We were second. Okay, awards. What do we have here? A Gold Glove. That was it. Tristan Casas, MVP candidate. Juan Soto ended up winning it though. Jordan winning it on the other side. Riley Green and these two have been fighting it out last couple years. Lewis Sachs winning it. Okay, he looks pretty good. He looks like he's been fairly decent for the last few seasons too. Ricky Bush in second place. We got Skubal back on top for the Cy Young in the NL. Juan Soto and Bazana as the batting title winners. Iriarte, reliever of the year, along with Declan Cronin. We've got Jet Williams beating out Coronado for the rookie of the year. Tough. And then Urangelo. I don't know how to say his last name. I'm not even gonna try. I already know I'm gonna butcher it. Urangelo, rookie of the year. So here we go. One thing that came into play was we didn't have enough offensive players to call up for September. So I ended up calling up two Joe Randoms. But let's talk about the team because we're a playoff squad now. Let's see. Gusto got 5 games, was good. I might actually call him up for the postseason. Mayfield, I know, didn't pitch. Same thing with Walty. I didn't have those 2 guys up here this season. And that really should have been it. So let's talk about the team as a whole. As you can see, Frias is a guy that I definitely did call or send down, and then we'll call up Gusto. But if we take a look, Dylan Dodd, the new addition, just was fantastic. 90 innings, sub-2 ERA. Kopech, fantastic. Thompson, also very good. So our bullpen as a whole was the star of this rebuild so far. We've got Hughes, who also was really good. Wolf, I mean, come on. Look at that. Look at that improvement the last couple seasons. Huge for us. We've got Graceffo, who was very good, really struggled at the beginning here. And then last couple seasons, really putting together some good years. Colby Allard, also fantastic. Johnny Brito. I did take him out of the closer spot, I believe. Or did I keep him there? It was a last minute. Yeah, I did. He was really struggling at the beginning of the year, and then I just figured let's move him out while we can before things get a little too dicey, and ended up working out in the end. I mean, he was still fantastic. 25 saves. It's just at one point he had 6 blown saves, which would have eclipsed what he did in 2030. So I took him out of that role, and he still was fantastic for us. Starting to regress a little bit. I'm okay with everything that he's done. He can regress now. He can go and retire if he wants to. He was unbelievable for us throughout this entire rebuild. Ryan Murphy, again, fantastic. Last year gave us a pretty solid season too. And then it kind of starts to fall off a little bit. But you know what? I'm pretty happy with what the team was producing pitching wise. Offensively, let's see what we've got going on here. So OPS, Seymour off the bench is our main bat. It looks like Coronado was fantastic. The rookie finished second or third in rookie of the year. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm liking what I'm seeing there. This should probably be our leadoff guy because you're going to see that Abrams was pretty bad. Yepez, I'll take that with the 21 home runs, just shy of an 800 OPS. Kenji Martinez, okay. That's the growth I'm looking for. He was a bench bat, but was really solid. So definitely a guy we can look for maybe taking over that Abrams role. Tommy White off the bench was solid. Hauver continues to deliver. Bergeron, solid. I mean, if we could just get a team that's sitting around 750-ish OPS all throughout the squad, that's what I'm looking for. I just kind of need that. We just needed a little bit more production. We finally get it, and look what happens. Like our best player, CJ Abrams, was our worst player, if you kind of pick up what I'm saying. And then we've got Hernandez, who also kind of fell off a cliff, which is weird. But 23 home runs, I'll take it. Overall, really happy with the team. If I take a look here, I'm going to take out Abrams. I said, what was that, Bergeron or Coronado that needs to lead off? Abrams can probably go out for Martinez. I know it sounds crazy, but like he wasn't good. So let's go like that. We'll take Rosario. We'll go Coronado there. And we'll rock like that for the postseason. We'll send down Frias, but we need to call up Gusto. And that really should solidify the postseason squad. We definitely need some help for next year. So Gusto goes here along with Wisenhunt. I'm pretty happy with the way the team is set up pitching wise. Yeah, maybe flip those two. And offensively, we talked about the team. So yeah, postseason against the Marlins. What are they looking like? What year are we in? 2031. Gotta be some changes by now, right? J-Ram, okay. Brandon Marsh, Christopher Morel, Ben Rice. Okay, interesting. Interesting for sure. Thomas White, Snelling. Okay. I'm intrigued. Color me intrigued. I feel like we've got a team that could compete. All right, let's do it. Or my current favorite account on TikTok, Do It Lady. Let's see what we can do here. I'll take a win. Don't get me excited right now. Don't get me excited right now. We're taking on the Mets. Let's see what they're looking like. I mean, Cam Smith, okay. Juan Soto's still there. Derek Frazier, Carson Benji, Jet Williams, Kyle Teal. Okay, so what? Clifford, Gilbert, Jet Williams, Carson, Soto. Those are all Mets players. A couple new faces sprinkled in there. Skeens. Okay. Nolan McLean. Okay. I think this is where it ends. I think this is where our story, our our Cinderella run ends. I mean, come on. Like, what? All right, Colby Allard versus Paul Skeens. Like, come on. What? Okay. We're one away. One away. We lose that one. Jackson Wolf, please. No. Alrighty. We've gotten hammered the last 2 days. I'm gonna be honest. And like, I don't know if it's a Phillips day or if it's a move Allard up a day. Let's see if Phillips can do it. Oh man, we're taking on the Reds now. Holy cow. This is crazy. Looking at the team, Sal Stewart, okay, Xavier Edwards, Ellie De La Cruz, some interesting names for sure. And then looking at their pitching staff, Chase Burns, Bryce Miller, Jared Jones, Chase Petty, Alcantara. I mean, yeah. I mean, if we can get to the bullpen, I feel good. It's just like, can we get to the bullpen? Plus, this offense isn't bad either. I mean, that looks pretty good. It should be the top of the rotation. Allard, Graceffo, Murphy's gotten absolutely shelled. So has Wolf. So maybe a little swap here. Yeah, maybe something like that for the final for the NLCS. Yeah. All right, let's see what we can do. 2 losses right off the rip is pretty tough. But then we win the next 2. So Jackson Wolf, we're 1 win away. Colby Allard on the mound against Jared Jones, and then the final game is against Bryce Miller. If we can win it with Colby Allard, that would be massive. Alrighty, Colby Allard, you've had 2, 3, a couple good outings. I've lost count already. I'm not gonna lie, but okay, Graceffo. We're taking on the Rangers. We're taking on the Rangers in the World Series. Can we do it? Yes, I did actually mean to go there. I mean, it's make or break. Like, I don't think we can really compete after this year. We're gonna lose a lot of guys. Alorki Rodriguez, that's a name for sure. I mean, that's a good team. That's a good team. Pitching wise, it looks pretty good too. I'm looking at these. Oh, man, I've seen Porter Hodge get traded quite a few times. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Who's pitching game one? Wizenhunt. I mean, we can go to the top. So let's go Graceffo, Allard, Phillips, Wizenhunt, and then Wolf will probably just skip if it comes down to it. It's the World Series. Let's see what we can do. Graceffo game one against Julio Rivera. A 7-5 win is huge. Colby Allard, a 4-1 win is huge. Connor Phillips, can you keep it going against Nick Lodolo? He does. We're one game away from a World Series with this team. A little quick manage, hop into it. Away game, winning it away from home would kind of suck. The fans aren't going to be able to see it, but let's do it. Let's do it. We're going to have Wizenhunt on the mound. He's fantastic so far. The team is set. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. A fly out. No, nothing in the first. Okay. Nothing in the first. Hit by pitch, not ideal, but we get out of it. A single. What's the speed? 37. Definitely not stealing. Double play is tough there. Double play is pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. That sucks. But I have faith in the offense. They're gonna. Oh, Sebastian Walcott. Okay. 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 All right. It's only one. It's only one. We're still in it. We're still in it. Come on. Can we do something offensively, please? 2 singles. Let's get out of this inning. Huge. Get out of the inning. There we go. Herrera, start us off. Or not. Yepez. All right. A single and then a strikeout. So offensively, we're lacking a little bit. We're lacking a little bit for sure. And 1 run scores. I was kind of hoping he can get us out of the inning here. He does. 1 more run score. So it's 2. It's 2. We're still not out of it. A double's big. A double is so big there. I kind of want to go for the sac fly. Do I if I steal, do they try to steal both or can I steal second? I'm just going to swing, hopefully get the run in. He lines out. That is brutal and we don't score. That is huge. That's on me. That's on me. I'm not going to lie. That's on me. That's on me. That's on me. We're going to bring in Gusto. Hopefully he just 1, 2, 3s it. Good enough. Good enough. That's on me. We should have got to run that inning. I dropped the ball there. I'm not going to lie. I let the team down there, but hopefully team Brito gets out of it. 2 more innings. We've got 2 more and a double is big. Coronado is probably our best hitter, so him not moving the runner over sucks. Kendry, Martinez, 2-2 ball game. And then a ground out, and Hernandez is out of it. Okay, so we've got switch righty-lefty. Okay. Do I stick with Brito, or do I go to Kopech? Kopech. He did it. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. We need a big inning. A single. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Okay, 2 singles. I don't have a backup catcher, so I can't take out Herrera, which is a little bit of a tough situation here. But there's only 1 out, so we can do it. Hover delivers in the top of the 9th. Are you serious? A fly out. If we can get 1 more, that'd be big. We can't. It's the 9th inning. We're going to Dodd to close it out. A fly out, a strikeout, and here we go. Paulino Santana, a guy that I didn't even know about at the beginning of the rebuild. He is now the ump. Blue, that was a strike. Anyways, he is the final batter, potential final batter. Oh no, is he going to catch it? It is. It's over. We did it. It's over. Holy cow. What a comeback. We did it. The Rule 5 team, World Series. So there it is, the Rule 5 draft. Only rebuild has come to an end in a crazy fashion. What a comeback. and I hope you enjoy it. If you're looking for some more rebuild content, check out the one on screen. Now, other than that, I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.